Well, this isn't just for everyone, really. You know, it's for those who relate, resonate, things like that. I don't have lip gloss on. I look a hot mess, but it's okay. Because on my best day, look at my greatest, I was still not the wife. You know what I mean? So, really, this message is to all the women who married someone else's husband. I've been using the word homewrecker, you know, and things like that. But I read the Bible and I understand the Bible very, very well in areas of, multiple wives, multiple loves, concubines and things like that. And I also know what's taught in church, what's actually in the Bible, and what's taught in church contradict itself a lot. At the end of the day, no matter how much I come on here and use words like home wrecker and, stuff like that, being dramatic, appealing to the mass, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we each know in our heart, in our mind, in our spirit, who we are committed to, regardless to what's on paper, to regardless to who is in our bed or whatever. We're committed to certain people in our minds and heart, no matter who's standing around us. That's what I've learned. I was married to someone for 25 years who never really wanted to marry. I was never his preference from day one. I was convenient. He settled for me. And I'm just not sure, how I got caught up in that. I was so careful my whole life to avoid being in this position because I've been reading the Bible since I was a child. I know all these different scenarios of Hagar and Leah and, the hated wife versus the wife he really wants and all that. So, I tried my whole life to always be the one on top. Somehow, some way, I slipped up. I slipped up and became some other woman's husband's wife. Because if I was never the preference from day one, then that just means that he didn't have the patience to wait for who he really wanted. He didn't have the patience. So I allowed myself to be the placeholder, and it came at a very, very huge price. Placeholder price is the non preference price is very, very high. How the new wife will know, I don't know who this woman is, okay? That's how secretive they were. How you will know, new woman. And not just my ex's new wife, but all the new women, the new wife that secretly got involved, you know, whether divinely. Sometimes the Most High is involved in these situations, y'all. Sometimes he is. So, how you will know that you're the right one? Because being the wrong one for 25 years, I was cheated on. Okay. So, if you're cheated on, then you're probably not the right one either. I don't know. Uh, Who knows, you know? If he still is your daughter's girlfriend, you know, the sugar baby that he got right now with you, she's still around. If he steals your daughter's girlfriend, then he's probably not the right one for you either. But I don't know. Who knows? If he force you to adopt children or try to just bring some kids home, sneak and adopt some kids behind your back and just bring them home, don't be surprised. You're probably not the right one. So when you're not the right one, legally married or not, you're gonna go through so much. You're not the right one. When you're the placeholder, it don't matter if it's one day or 25 years in my case. Until they get to the right one, everyone else is treated wrong. The right one is the one that he will treat the right way. And everybody else is treated wrong. And I allow my children and I to be treated wrong for 25 years. And I can't blame anybody but myself. That following me. So I just want you all to know that watch me, especially my subscribers, you know, regardless to my dramatics, regardless to my, you know, how I come off edgy and passionate and, you know, whatever on here. Just know that I do understand how all these type of complex relationships, how they come about. It usually starts with some type of disobedience, disobedience, reneging on commitments, breaking promises, you know, not being true to your vows and being impatient, not waiting on the Lord, not treating people as well as you treat yourself, you know, stuff like that. So I've learned to apologize to myself. I've learned to apologize to everyone involved, you know. Now, I've apologized to my ex many, many, many times because I'm an expressive person. So, but for the first time, possibly, I don't know. I don't know if apology is old or not. When someone, you know, just make their way in your life some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much of an apology you owe them, but if I owe an apology to the woman who decided to love my husband and marry him, well, then I extend an apology to you. But I also hold the right, I believe, to tell my story, and I will tell my story. And it makes my story juicier when I call you a homewrecker. It just fits, you know. And when I call you like a fat face white woman, you know, it just makes it juicier of a story. So it's don't take it personal. I can't take it personal that you just reached across the fence since you were like a neighbor and plucked my husband out of my bed and married him and took 50% of my income with you. So sorry and not sorry. I don't know how that goes, but you know, it sucks being the wife that's left hanging, and it must suck being the homemaker that gotta hear all your husband's dirty laundry air to the world. That has to suck too. But how else can I make some money? Y'all didn't leave enough, and I have the right to eat. I'm solo now. I'm where you were before you met him. I'm where you were. Now that we didn't switch roles, I got to do what I got to do. You're the wife now, and I'm the solo woman out here who got to make do. You know, so. And I like couples, just obviously like you like couples, married men and stuff. I'm not any different from you in that regard. It's just that I ask. I ask. I'm not going to just take some woman's husband, father of her children, and have her income and run like she's, you know, nothing. I, I'm not going to do that. I like couples. I like married men too. But I like permission. I like honesty. That's my choice. So again, I understand. I even introduced my ex to a couple of women. You know, I know his type. I know what he likes. I've known him since ninth grade. You know, he's my twin flame, soulmate. At least I thought. I thought he was. But I was wrong. And he's yours. You know what I'm saying? So, whew, okay, so I apologize for not being with all he needed and being in the way of y'all love for 25 years. I apologize. And I accept that he has the right to dump me with you. I accept that. And he can choose to take the other half of his money and blow it wherever he want to blow it. Yeah. And I'm thankful for what I have. And I'm going to take what I have and multiply it astronomically. Yeah. Each day, I'm getting better. Each day, I realize that I'm making it and that I'm okay and that I will be okay. I never doubted it. It's just that y'all took a long time. Y'all took a long time. Y'all took a long time. I know y'all don't care about me. I know that. But there are people out there that do. Not a lot, but there are people out there that are going through the same thing. A lot. I mean, when I say a lot of people, a lot of people. So men and women. It's not even just women. There are men going through this. I don't know which is worse to see. A man going through this or a woman going through this. I don't know which one is worse. But it's just messy. It's messy. That's why I like polygamous men. Men that they're true to it. Men that know how to manage all their wives, where none of their wives are abandoned. None of the kids are suffering. All the women, all the kids are provided for, communicated with, treated the right way. You know, choose the kind of women that you are attracted to, that you can be loyal to. And that way you won't mess with their daughters, mess with their daughters' friends, mess with their sons' friends. The temptation won't be there if you just marry the women that you want, that you can commit to, and be honest. Let each woman have a voice. It don't have to be secret. There are a lot of women like me who do not mind, quote unquote, sharing a man. There's lots of us. We just want to know who and how much so that none of us will be on the street. Why is that so difficult? It doesn't have to be that difficult, guys. There are ways to be true to all your wives, all your children. Be honest, open, and more abundant. No one has to be crying. No one has to be broke down. No one has to be homeless or in the street because somebody want to have sex. Sex cannot be that powerful where people end up homeless. No sex is worth it. No sex is worth breaking generational wealth. Nobody's preference is so strong that other people need to be in the street over it. Really? There has to be a better way, guys. There has to be a better way to love people without hurting people. I can't imagine. I can't imagine laying in my bed all happy and peaceful with somebody's husband, knowing that some woman somewhere is and her kids are just damaged to no end because I want to have sex with this man, because I want to have sex with your husband. Y'all got to starve. Y'all got to be broke down. Make it make sense, guys, over some sex. Over sex. Or an extra hug or all of this over an extra hug. A few more minutes of attention. Really? Okay. All right. Few extra dollars in the bank. So you give up half your pension because she got a better house. All right. Stuff like that, And people may say, oh, you just hating, you just hurt. Okay, okay, fair enough. Check that box. What about the money? That don't mean nothing, y'all. What about the 25 years? That don't mean nothing. See that y'all, that's y'all putting emotions over logic. I'm being logical. Regardless of how I feel, $900 a month is out of my budget for the rest of my life. Because she gives a few more hugs. Because they have dinner maybe once a month more than maybe he and I do. I mean, I'm just trying to understand. Maybe her kids. I mean, our kids were all in AAU. Three went to college. I mean, we did the doggone thing. So it's not a whole lot left in life for them to do that we didn't. We're in our 50s, guys. What more can they do at this point? I mean, we didn't went on all the vacations. We did all the vacations. Had all the sex you could think of by ourselves. We had good sex by ourselves and great sex with other couples and whatever. I've had other lovers. He had other lovers. What else is there to do? We've cried together. We disagreed to no end, made it through it. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm challenging people that are older and that have been married their whole life. What do you really expect to accomplish with your new family? I mean, like, that's so different. That is just so. Okay, so we have butterball turkey, and what y'all get Meyer brand turkey. I'm just saying, Thanksgiving turkey is Thanksgiving turkey. Whether you at your woman A house or woman B house. Okay, Christmas come. Most people have the same food. It's gonna be the same family members, same people. After so many Christmases, you run into the same people. So basically, no matter what family you with, at the end of the day, it's the same stuff. A little bit of variety, but is that little bit of variety worth all the damage, all the uprooting? It could. It could for a lot of people. Yes, it could. But there are a lot of family situations. I'm telling you, based on many years of being in the church. I've been in the church arena for many years. Based on what I see, a lot of those divorces are just so unnecessary, and they are not in the Bible. They're unnecessary, completely unnecessary, because there's just not much more you're going to accomplish with your new family once you get solo. It's very limited. So, based on what I'm saying, I'm listening to my own self, and I want to play my cards very well this time. Instead of me being the first wife anymore, I don't want that role anymore. I did 32 years. Check that box. I'm going to have to play the minor role here on out. But I'm not going to legally marry in second position. I'm not going to legally be the second wife, the homewrecker wife. I don't want that role. Uh-uh. Every once in a while, that role is the savior role. But most times, it's just some woman who came and just destroyed a family so she could get a few more dollars in hers. Destroy a whole family just so she can get a few more dollars in hers. That's usually how it is. That's what happened in my situation at the end of the day. Because there's no way they're that much better than us. But what I've learned is to protect my family. Don't let any more stepdads in. No more. I'm done with the stepdad thing. My kids are grown. My daughters, my youngest is 30 years old. The stepdad thing is not needed over here. And my grandkids, I have 8 of them. Their dads are in their lives. And I'm thankful for that. So I'm blessed not to, quote unquote, need a stepfather or anything like that in my home. I don't need that. So I am thankful for that, to be strong enough to know that for myself. But I do, like to have fun. So I will continue to date couples, you know, and I will view myself as the secondary, non legal secondary, you know, maintain my independence. I will always have my own place, my own money, determine my whereabouts, who I'm going to be with, when, and how long, and whatever. So, guys, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I'm just sharing my journey because this is a transition for me, going from legal wife, the first wife twice, to being solo and being the one that's desired. I don't want to be the first wife no more. That was hard, guys. And in both cases, they didn't want me. They were the wife don't even be wanted. I hate that role. I hated the first wife role. But I mean, in this world, it only makes sense financially to be in that spot. Financially, it's the best spot to be. But it is the most. It just make you always get cheated on. You know what I mean? You always get dogged out. You know. Ugh. I want to be the sexy, desired lady out there. I want to be the woman that the couple go home and wish they could be with. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being the one at home stuck, wondering who he cheating with. I don't want to be that woman no more. I mean, I never really wrecked my brain over. I just knew my husband was just out there. I didn't bother to keep up with, you know. That's why it was so easy for this woman to marry him. I got tired. I don't keep up with all that. If you can come get him, get him. If he that easy. If he that easy, go. My 10 years is in, okay? My 10 years is in. If you can pluck him that easy, because I'll be putting it on a brother now. I'm telling y'all, I'll be putting it on a brother. That's why I like couples, because I'm still energetic physically. Physically, I'm still energetic. I can't help it. I still do handstand cartwheels. You know, I can handle multiple people in bed. I'm just physically. I'm just physical. Let's get physical, physical, physical. I'm playing with a toothbrush, y'all. Playing with a toothbrush. But yeah, so, I'm physical, physical on all levels. You know, I have good eyesight. I mean, I wear glasses, but, I wear glasses, but I don't, I still have good eyesight, if that makes sense. My sense of smell is off the chain, sense of taste off the chain. Even though I smoke weed, my sense of taste is still on it. Um, I'm just a sensual person. It's a gift. My sensuality and my spirituality is all heightened. I'm one of those people. I take blood tests annually because I want to know what's going on in my body. And it's not just for STDs and STIs and all that. I don't just check for that. I check for, you know, complete health, thyroid, whatever, cholesterol, whatever they check for the inside screening. I'm on top of my body. I'm healthy for me because that's what I like. You know what I mean? And so now I just get to be me. Once I get my money where I want it to be, then I'll, get my manicures and keep my hair, a certain way. And just maintain a certain outer maintenance for myself. And, just keep up with my kids and grandkids, keep up with them, go on my little vacations, date my couples, you know, and, just live my best life, guys. What else is there to do? So I'm done with the legal marriage thing. I'd rather be the sexy lady that these other people wish they could be with. And then, go home to their wife or husband and be all like, stank face. Oh, I don't want to be the placeholder. No, no, no. First wife. No, no. I'm just going to focus on being the desired one. I like it. I like the way it feels. Being on the other side. You know, it gets to you when you're the wife that they don't want, and they, always looking for somebody else, always being with somebody else, and then have the guts to just sneak off with somebody. I guess he said, well, with me knowing about everybody else, I guess it to make his life more exciting, he had to sneak, make it switch it up, make it feel different. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand men on that level. I don't even want to try. So even when I'm doing my tarot cards, I only pull so many cards because I just don't want to know. I do not want to get in people's business in their head. I do. I don't want to know. I don't care to that extent. I just don't. People do let them do what they want. I commit to who I want to commit to. People commit to me as they please. I'm learning how not to take it personally. It's because a man promise he'll love you forever and he don't believe in divorce and he a virgin and all this kind of stuff. It don't mean shit. It don't mean shit. It has no value. None. Mm-mm. He can still leave like he never knew. with all his virtue and holiness. Lord have mercy, Jesus. But it was fun living his little fantasy. It was fun until it just wasn't. Now it's somebody else's turn. She wanted to have one so bad. Here you go, baby girl. Oh no, Bree baby. Here you go, Bree baby. There you go. Wow. So this is like a sorry, not sorry kind of thing. Yeah, bitter, sweet kind of thing. I understand. I understand. But y'all didn't do right, so I have to tell the story. It is what it is. All right, guys. Let me get off of this live. I've been going live a lot about this stuff. I think because the year is wrapping up. So I'll probably do like an end of the year reading. End of the year reading. Keep going live, flushing out the last of this little bit of stuff about this topic. Let them go on with their little lives. Do that thing. Because Lord knows I am. I am. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared, y'all. I'm a little scared. I've never had to be solo before to this extent. So it is scary. But you know, I'm on my journey and I'm sharing it with y'all. And it gets a little easier each day. The more I release, let it out, express it, the better it gets. Mhm. Yeah. I might go to the gym. I have to take my grandson. I picked up my grandson from work earlier. I have like a pimple right here. So and he wanted to come hang out in my house for a little while. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh. And we talk about relationships and you know, he understands me. He gets me. And then, he got his little relationships and stuff. We talk about his little relationships. And I usually am the person that's driving he and his dates around. My grandson, he's 15 and dating. So I drive his little dates around and stuff. So, we talk. He understands as much as a 15-year-old boy can understand some stuff. But he knows what I've gone through, you know, and he see what I'm going through. You know what I mean? He see the process of my independence. And he has compassion at 15. And I'm glad that I'm sharing this with him and that he's here for me and I've been there for him on his journey, my grandson. I think that he'll be a better man and husband in the future because of our relationship. He was the one that was one of the main ones, like one of the main ones to tell me, Granny, it ain't over yet. Like, yeah, I know you got dumped. And Grandpa dumped you on the curb. But it ain't over yet, Grandma. And I said, you know what, grandson, you're right. You know why? Because you here. It ain't got nothing to do with some other man in the future, baby. You, you, you're right. It ain't over because you here, and that's my work. I'm the one that laid down and pushed his mama out, and his mama laid down and pushed him out. He's my work. No man in my future, no man in my past can top that. the work I've done, just being me, being a woman. Okay? So I've shared my tears, and I felt real bad about being dumped. Really, for the first time in my life. That was the first time someone broke up with me that I can remember. I don't think anybody ever broke up with me before. That was my first time someone leaving me, breaking up with me. The first time. And I probably suck at it. Did I suck, guys? Yeah. I suck. I didn't do the best. And somebody leaving me and breaking up with me. But maybe had he not taken 10 years to do it, that might have helped a little bit. Maybe. Had not taken 10 years to dump me. Mm. But I've always tried to carefully break up with people. I tried to carefully break. I let him take 10 years. I carefully broke up, let him break up with me for 10 years. I let him do. He told me years ago he didn't want me no more. But yet the boys weren't grown. So I wish he would have told me maybe, when the boys were grown, that he didn't want me. So that way I didn't have to like suffer through knowing I wasn't wanted for all those years and then be dumped. So that's traumatic, but no one wants to really talk about that part in my life. So I just have to know it for myself and heal and cope on my own because I'm blamed for everything. I'm blamed for everything that ever happened in our marriage. He's able to just run off with all his money and get a new life like he didn't do nothing. And I got to start all the way over from scratch. And again, but I've learned. If I haven't, if I haven't learned yet, y'all be seeing me in another 10, 15, 20 years. Like, oh my God, I'm what 90 years old? Oh yeah. Busted and disgusted. That's not gonna happen. But I did watch a video recently, right here on YouTube. Was it a 90-year-old lady? A 90-year-old lady. Her husband of 70 years divorced her, left her. A 90-year-old woman. No, no, no. She was 100. Okay. She was 100 years old, reporting on when she was 70. Her husband divorced her when she was 70 years old. And they had been together like over 50 something years, something like that. Something crazy. So, what I went through can happen at 20 years old, it can happen at 50 years old, it can happen at 70, 90. You know what I mean? It can happen to any woman at any age when you're married. There's no guarantee in marriage. There never has been and never will be. Men and women leave each other every day. And it don't matter if you put in 1 year, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. It doesn't matter. As long as you're independent, have your own money, your own ability to stand on your own 2 feet when people decide to shift around on you. That's what matters and determines if you and your children will continue to eat, have a place to live. It's not my ex's fault, and it's not his homewreckers' fault that I'm stupid. It's not their fault that I'm stupid. But what is their fault? That they cheated me. They lied and snuck and had a whole relationship and got married behind my back when he and I had an open marriage. And people might say, I listened to a video today saying, just like Sarah and Abraham had the door open with their disobedience, and let Sarah in, you know. Yeah, yeah. My husband and I, we were wrong. We were wrong. He was wrong first. He was wrong first. And I was wrong with him. And the door was open, and we let this other woman in. We let her in. It was our marriage. The window was open. She came right on in. She was a neighbor, you know what I'm saying? It was our house, our marriage. We had the doors and windows open. Whether they secretly went behind my back or whatever, our marriage was open for it. So I got to eat that. I got to eat that right with him. And I know that. But I'm still going to call her a home wrecking, fat face white woman bitch. I'm going to still talk about her ass. You know what I mean? But I do understand. I do. And that's why I introduced him to women myself in our marriage. I understood that he had a void in his life that I couldn't fill. And if he was filling it, I'm just helping him shove his mouth here, baby. He already had his own women, but I'm just piling more on here. Here, baby, here. You got a void here. Women here. Boom, boom, boom. Fill yourself up, baby. A void. So now you got a different void situation. I don't know what he got going on. It's none of my business, y'all, for real. I got enough going on. I got to figure out how to be independent. I can't keep up with, you know, she's independent. So that's why I can't waste time on them like that because she ahead of the game. I'm the one catching up. I'm the one catching up. I'm the one behind, you know. So, and so, I can only say so much. I could just call her a homeworker and white. In fact, that's all I can say. Other than that, I mean, she way ahead of the game. Got, blew me in the dust, right? But at the end of the day, I am thankful though. Hurt, you can be hurt and thankful. Two things can be possible at the same time. I can be hurt and thankful because I'm no longer the one being cheated on. I'm no longer the one being disrespected with my daughter's girlfriend, all up in my marriage. I'm no longer the one hurting and crying and embarrassed and humiliated all the time. I'm no longer the one. I didn't think it was possible. I got used to being the placeholder, the doormat. I got used to it. It's a sad thing to get used to. It's sad, but it happened. And now I'm relieved of it. And I'm relieved of it because she was willing to fill the void. She was willing to do it. And that's liberating for me. I couldn't feel it, right? I couldn't. So, you know, after so many women, we were working together, right? We were working together with these women, right? So finally, found one. I need to get my eyebrows touched up. Mm. I'm rebraiding, like taking each one down and rebraiding. Because my new growth, let me see this one. Like this one might show the new growth. Like the new growth is in there. You can see like maybe about like half inch of new growth. About half inch of new growth. So I take it down and then, rebraid it. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this live. But very, very soon, hopefully, like the next live, hopefully, I'm gonna go back all the way back and start sharing emails that I wrote to my ex-husband, emails that will explain how I would share with him how I was feeling and how, the problems I felt like we were having. You know what I mean? And then I'll share some of his responses. You know? And I'll use these emails as an exercise to show how, to my side. I can't, I'm not going to defend him. I'm going to defend me, you know what I'm saying? But in sharing my information and his responses, you guys can judge for yourself. But I'm presenting from my side, you know what I'm saying? Where, I can show where, okay, a wife can bring this up. And when her husband responds this way, how we can end up where y'all are not committed to each other anymore. He has a void you can't fill. The adopted kids can't fill the void when he thought they would in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff. You know what I mean? So the emails will show how, as I bring up different concerns, he developed the skill of, you know what, I'm backing out this deal. Every time I brought up a concern, he back away. Bring up a concern, he back away. Next thing you know, he out the door. Don't want to deal with the issues. Nothing you can do about that. You can't keep someone that doesn't want to be kept. No matter how much sex, cooking, cleaning, massaging, healing, no matter what you do. Vacations, fancy dinners. None of that. Nothing. Nothing. Conversations, therapy. When somebody don't want you, you're not the preference. There's nothing you do. Nothing. Everything you're doing is just charity. You're just giving away. Just giving away your. Just giving yourself away, and they're not gonna want it. They're just gonna throw it back at you, or just give it to somebody else. So it's up to me, up to you, if you're in this situation, to love yourself better than that. I never got to the place in that marriage where I could love myself enough. So I just became a trash can to him and whoever, really. I mean, not that bad, but you know what I'm saying? I'm dramatic, guys. I'm very dramatic. So I'll be saying some crazy stuff. But it's true. The moment, well, he's always not wanted me, you know what I'm saying? But to me, he's my twin flame, my soulmate, and my everything. To me, at that time in my life, I never spoke like that to my first husband. He can tell you. We were married and we loved each other and stuff, but we didn't marry each other because we were just like twin flames and we didn't have that energy about us. We just knew we were equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? We were equally yoked. According to him, I was a black babe that was saved. You know what I'm saying? And that's all what he wanted. I was that. At least I thought, right? hmm I was auditioning for that part. I was auditioning. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm good with, I've always been good with, quote unquote, sharing my man. I just like to know who and how much. But some men don't want to share all that information. Or if I can't know, then you may as well go, right? Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna stop just yapping. Y'all be blessed.